99% of founders will fail in the next 3 years. And honestly, there's no reason why they will not. But here are the reasons why the top 1% will actually win. 90% of startups actually fail not because of bad ideas, bad timing, or bad luck. It's because of 10 fixable mistakes. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to avoid those mistakes. So if you're a startup founder, you should stop whatever you're doing and watch this video till the very end. Most founders spend years working on the hard things, the wrong things, and in the next 10 minutes, I'll be sharing exactly 10 shifts that you can make to get ahead of 99% of them. In this video, I'll be sharing not just how you can save time, hustle more, or even work harder. I'll be sharing exactly what you need to stay ahead of 99% of other founders. So let's start with the first one. Welcome back. If you're new here, this channel is about how to actually scale the revenue of your startup. And I read from my tab mostly to actually pick the idea so that we can all digest it properly together. So most founders are working themselves to death and still losing, not because they are lazy, not because the idea is bad, but because nobody ever told them the 10 things that actually separates the top 1% from everyone else. So let's fix that right now. One, build in public before you're ready. Here's what most founders do. They spend 6 months, sometimes a year, building in silence, heads down, no updates, no audience, and then they launch to nobody. The top 1%, however, they start talking before the product is even ready. They share the journey, the failures, the ugly first draft, and by the time they launch, they already have people waiting. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have a perfect product to start building an audience. You just need to start. One thing I also learned from building in public is that you need to find a balance between just creating content and actually building something substantial. A lot of people out there in the build in public community, there's a build in public community right now, they mostly create content instead of putting heads down and actually building the product itself. If you build a great product, there's no way that it will not go viral. So I encourage building in public. I encourage putting your product out there, putting your story out there, your journey out there. But you need to ensure that you're not neglecting the product itself. You're not just becoming a content creator, or you're not just becoming someone that dishes out content or sharing your founder journey, your founder content, and then your business is struggling. Probably you're just a content creator and not a founder. You need to know the difference. You need to find a way to actually invest in your product. Two, obsess over one customer, not everyone. This is where I see founders die the slowest death. They build something for small businesses or people who want to be healthier or anyone who uses email. That's not a customer, that's a death wish. The founders who win pick one specific person with one specific painful problem, and they solve it so completely that the person has no choice but to tell everyone they know. Niche down until it feels uncomfortable. They niche down one more time. The problem with people is that they see the likes of Google, they see the likes of probably top companies, and they want to emulate them. They want to have probably different subsidiaries, different products at once, serve everybody. But that's not possible, especially if you're in your early days or you lack the capital, the funding to actually build that, what they call it, mono, I'm trying to get the word. But if you're trying to build the monopoly like a very, very big startup, then you need the right funding, the right team, the right people to actually support you, the right advisors. But if you're just someone that is bootstrapping or someone that has probably little funds, then you need to focus on a particular niche. You need to niche down and solve their problem. Three, talk to 100 customers before writing a single line of code. I know you want to build, that's why you're a founder, but listen, most startups don't fail because of bad execution. They fail because they built something nobody wanted. 100 conversation, not 5, not 10. 100. By the time you're done, you won't be guessing what your customer needs. You will know. And that knowledge is worth more than any accelerator, any investor, any mentor, and any YC Y combinator you can actually find. Talk to 100 customer. I think I remember the Omorzi law, that Alex Omorzi. He said talk to 100 people daily, probably through DM, through cold email, through ads, through content, whatever way. You need to find a way to talk to people. And this is not just about content, it's not just about getting leads, it's about validating what you're about to build. If you don't have the validation to actually build, I don't think you should go ahead and spend your time, your years, your money into a product that actually has no value in the market. Then after building for years, then you notice that actually people don't need this product. Then you've actually wasted time, wasted effort, wasted a lot of things. So talk to the first 100 people before building. If you validated that product, then you can go ahead and write the line of code. A lot of people talk about this, creating a wait list, creating your MVP. But I would even say before you build an MVP, like an MVP that actually costs you a lot, then you need to actually validate the solution. Let's look at the next one. The fourth one. Four, treat distribution like a product feature. A lot of founders they keep distribution as the last thing, which is very wrong, which is the wrong, if there's a word like the wrongest thing to actually do, then you need to actually fix distribution. Stay with me. A great product that nobody knows about is a hobby, not a business. Most founders think if they build something good enough, word will spread. That's not strategy, that's hope. And hope is not a business strategy, is not a business plan. The founders pulling ahead right now, they are thinking about how people find the product, how people share the product, how people stay in the product from day one. Distribution is not an afterthought, it is the thing. I'm such a fan of distribution that everything I talk about is based on distribution. Distribution is actually something that you should think about from day one. Let me repeat this. You should think about how people will find your product, number one, how people will share the product, how people will stay in the product. There are other ones, how people will pay for the product and the likes. But or how people will actually even expand in the product. But all that aside, you need to ensure that you put distribution at the top of your mind. How will you distribute your product? How will you get them in the hands of the people that actually needs them? 5. Master one acquisition channel completely. Here's a trap almost every founder falls into. They try a little SEO, a little paid ads, a little cold outreach, a little content marketing, and they wonder why nothing is working. Nothing is working because you're spreading yourself across 6 channels and going 2 inches deep on all of them. Pick one channel, go so deep that you understand it better than anyone in your space. Become the person other founders ask about that channel. That's when growth stops feeling like luck and starts feeling like a system. This is something that I love Matt Gray for. Matt Gray actually is so focused on content that what all his traffic is from content. There are other founders that actually focus on paid advertisement. The likes of probably I'll use Omorzi, I'll use other e-com founders, Daniel Darlin. They actually focus on paid ads. You need to pick your strength. You need to pick one channel, especially at your early stage. When you're just starting out, you need to pick one channel and grow that channel. Probably when you now want to scale, you can scale with paid ads, with content, whatever you want to scale with, you can add other channels to it. But if you're starting out, you need to get an expertise in acquiring users through one channel. So master one acquisition channel completely if you're just starting out. So we are halfway through and I want to ask you something. How many of these have you actually been doing? Be honest with yourself, because awareness without action is just entertainment. Let's keep going. 6. Hire slow, fire fast. This is the one that is very uncomfortable, so I'm going to say it plainly. Every bad hire you keep out of guilt or loyalty is slowly poisoning your team. Your A players, your good staff, they are actually watching. If you allow the bad eggs to actually stay in the team, they spoil the other eggs. So you need to find a way to actually have that conversation right now. You need to have that conversation with them in terms of, oh, you're not performing right now. What are we going to do to actually fix this? And if they're not fixable, then you have to let them go. So before you hire someone, you need to hire slow, check them properly. What have they done before? What is their track record? And once you've hired them and they're not performing, they need to have that hard conversation as soon as possible so that the morale of the other team members will not drop, and also so that other performing people will not look, oh, I'm the only one, probably I'm doing what's the word, eye service, what's the other word, busybody. So you need to actually fix that as soon as possible. 7. Make decision at 70% information. Perfectionism is just fear with a productivity costume on. In a startup, waiting for certainty is a luxury you cannot afford. By the time you have 100% of the information, your competitor has already shipped, already learned, and already moved on to the next iteration. Train yourself to decide at 70%. Move, learn, adjust. The founders who win aren't always right. They are just faster at figuring out when they are wrong. You need to move fast. You need to be lean and move fast. Whatever is going to delay your decision making, you need to cut it off. You need to find a way to make decisions faster at each point in time. You don't need to wait to have all the information you need to make a decision. Most times you need to follow your gut, follow your experience, follow the knowledge you've acquired, and just follow your instinct also. 8. Build your personal brand alongside your company. I don't care if you're introverted, I don't care if you hate social media. Listen to me. People buy from people. A founder with a strong personal brand can recruit better talent, close bigger deals, raise money more easily, and if the company ever pivots, then they don't have to start from zero. Your reputation compounds just like equity does. Start posting, start sharing your thinking, start being known for something. Your future self will thank you. This is very simple. You see a lot of founders creating their own founder brand. It is very important that you as a founder, you find a way to put your face out there. Even though you pivot to another team, it doesn't matter. As long as it's part of your story, you find a way to put it inside your brand story, then there's no problem. People will actually move with you. As long as you're building your brand around what you're doing, around your values, people will move to the ends of the world with you. Whatever you're planning to change to, they will actually do it with you. So the next one, which is 9, study your unit economics obsessively, even before you have revenue. I've met founders who can tell me every feature on their product roadmap, but have no idea what their customer acquisition cost is. That is a dangerous place to be. Know your numbers: LTV, CAC, payback period, gross margin, churn. These aren't just metrics for investors meeting. They are the vital signs of your business. And if you don't know them, you're flying blind. The best founders I know treat their spreadsheets with the same love they treat their products. Because at the end of the day, a business that doesn't make money is just an expensive experiment. The last one, which is the 10. Protect your energy like it's your most valuable asset. Energy. Because it is. You are the engine of this company right now, and engines that never get maintained break down. Sleep is not laziness, it's performance. Exercise is not luxury, it's a strategy. Your relationship, your mental health, your ability to think clearly under pressure, all of it feeds directly into the quality of your decisions. The founders who go to the distance aren't the ones who grinded the hardest. They are the ones who figured out how to stay in the game long enough to win. Sustainable intensity, that's the move. So, there it is. 10 ways to get ahead of 99% of founders. And look, knowing the stuff isn't what sets you apart. Doing it is. Pick one thing from this video, just one, and go and execute that this week. If this is valuable, share it with another founder, share it with your team. Subscribe if you want more content like this, and I will see you in the next video. Also, if you think you love what you just watched and you want to work with me, you want to talk more about your startup, and you want to scale your startup's revenue, then you should book a call and then we get to talk about your startup and how we can actually scale your startup. Thanks for watching. Like I said, don't forget to subscribe, support, show your support, and also like this video and also share it with someone. Bye. Ciao.